chief of mission for the IOC's refugee Olympic team and is the reason that team has been stuck in Qatar. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
The greatest comeback of all time is underway. Remember to shop local businesses. A reminder from Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Brick's Wood Fire Pizza in the Cole Shopping Center has famous wood fire pizzas and Brick's Wood Fire wings. It's a fun place for family and friends, and everything is made fresh daily. And now, Brick's Wood Fire Pizza has entertainment on the outdoor patio, with Rachel Flooring singing every Friday and Saturday night, beginning at 7:30.
In today's episode of Fake News at the Olympic Games.
So they sent me a text and they're like, hey, we need to know about your relationship with this guy. They're basically like, yeah, like we're both dating him too. So I open the front door, he's standing there holding a bouquet of flowers, and he asked me how my day was, and I say, yeah, I actually made some new friends today. Flip it, and he sees them on my phone, and his face just
confidence to do something new and different with Shaw Floors. Hurry into Aberdeen Carpet, located at 2314 Highway 5 in Aberdeen, near Habitat for Humanity. Open 9 to 4 Monday through Friday and 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Visit us online at aberdeencarpet.com to check us out. Then come in and browse our huge selection, or call us at 910-944-6204 to schedule a free estimate.
Hurricane season has arrived, and it's predicted to be an active one. And with the start of hurricane season, the generator guys at Carolina Power and Generators remind you that while hurricanes and tropical storms are a part of life and responsible for the most severe power outages in recent years, planning and early preparation can make the difference when severe weather strikes. Past hurricane seasons have been active, and experts predict another active season this year with the potential of causing power outages for days. The professionals at Carolina Power and Generators are here to help you prepare and protect your home before the peak of the season. Call us today to schedule your free in-home assessment or ask us about our affordable maintenance plans. Carolina Power and Generators, 910-241-4677, or visit us online at generacnc.com.
Neck, shoulder, or back pain can be downright debilitating. If you have those issues, you already know that, and you don't need me to tell you about the opioid crisis. There's another, better way. I'm talking about chiropractic, a healing art that's also science. Dr. Sharon Wright of Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes invites you to come in for a discussion about how chiropractic works and could work for you. To be sure, there are many of you out there that have reached the proverbial dead end trying to treat and manage your pain.
This is Dr. Wright. I can't guarantee I can fix every problem, but I will tell you honestly whether chiropractic can be of help for your particular issue. Living with pain is not always the only option. Doesn't it make sense to explore every avenue before resigning yourself to the limitations of pain? Call our office today to schedule a consultation and start living again. 673-2225.
Give your desk.
All my ladies, if you really gonna do it with your hair. Don't matter if it's long, short, do it with your hair. Your hair, your hair.
Office Supply on US 1 in Southern Pines, next to Smithfield's Barbecue.
Thanks for help bringing the economy back. One local purchase at a time.
Kind of uplifts you and you feel better.
It's the greatest comeback of all time. With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
The Zumwalt Zone is brought to you by Quality Built Homes, the Sandhills' #1 home builder, developer, and remodeler. With over 1,500 homes built in Moore County, we earn our name every day. Quality Built Homes. 910-944-7453.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. For all the left-wing crybaby liberals who love to bash our nation, you know, the ones who can find no pride in America, Have you ever heard of President John F. Kennedy? Let me tell you what he said. He said, "For I can assure you that we love our country, not for what it was, although it's always been great, not for what it is, though of this we're deeply proud, but for what it someday can, and through the efforts of us all, someday will be." Of course, this is a man who actually fought and almost died for this nation. It's a man who, at the time of this quote, was fighting against some of the worst racism in modern time. He understood that sacrifice means a heck of a lot more than standing in an air-conditioned building and screaming about how. He said there will always be inequity in life. Some men are killed in a war. Some are wounded. Some men never leave the country, and some are stationed in Antarctica, and some are stationed in San Francisco. It's very hard in the military or in personal life to assure complete equality. Life is unfair, end of quote. In his day, he was a leading Democrat, and they killed him. Today, he wouldn't have been allowed inside the circle of hatred that Democrats have forged. Today's Democrat Party would have called him the worst name possible, a Republican. God bless America. From the Zoom Wall Zone.
Today we're going to reach the mid to upper 70s, even the lower 80s. Our temperatures will remain on the slightly cooler side, all thanks to all the cloud cover that we're going to see today and those showers that are going to move through. A few pockets of heavy rainfall will be possible. That will increase flooding concerns, especially to the south and east today. Overnight lingering showers possible with lows in the mid 60s and lower 70s. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Good morning, everyone.
Why are you happy?
Oh, someday I'm going to be on the radio.
Well, today is your day.
Really?
This is going to be the
Best day ever.
Best day ever. Best day ever.
Love your optimism.
Just saying, it kind of freaks me out.
Okay, knock, knock.
It's way too early for jokes.
Seriously.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Showtime, baby.
Hearts go astray, leaving her when they go. I went away just when you needed me so. Oh, yeah. Filled with regret, I come back begging you. Forget, where's the love we once knew? Open up your eyes, then you realize here I stand with my everlasting love. Need you by my side, girl, to be my bride. You'll never be denied everlasting love from the very start. Open up your heart, be a lasting part of everlasting love. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Where life's river flows, no one really knows till someone's there to show the way to laugh.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of Sandhills. It's time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams. Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on a live video stream, which is up and running at this moment. And you can dial it in by going to our website at talk973.com or talk1041.com or WEEB990.com. Any of those will get you to where you want to be. Just click on the link and you should be right there with the video. If you're on a mobile device, fire up YouTube and put Mornings with the LeaderMan in the search, and we should appear at the top of those results. Now, if you just want our audio stream, that's easy too. At least it is today. Go to our website at upper right-hand corner of every page has an icon that says On the Air Listen Live. Click it once, and you're listening that quick. If you're on your mobile device, you'll need a streaming app, such as TuneIn, iTunes, or Streamer. Any of those will work. TuneIn is about to tick me off. I might take them out of my promotion here because I cut them off, force them to cut them off in the settings, and then they come back on. I'm going to take the time to figure out how to keep it off for good because it's sitting there by downloading the programming or whatever you were listening keeps right on going when you tell it to quit. And that's eating up bandwidth. So I'm going to get to the bottom of that one. Anyway, Streama works. iTunes works. Just put WEEB in the search and you'll have our stream. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area. Can you say hot and muggy? Well, you might want to. Mostly cloudy today with widespread showers. 79 for a high and 90% chance of getting wet. And it's going to be very muggy out there. Although the temperature won't be that high, 79. Then tonight, mostly cloudy with some widespread showers. A low of 68 tomorrow. Well, still the temperature will be down. It's going to be muggy though. Mostly cloudy. Showers likely high of 81. And then for Tuesday night, we got mostly cloudy, showers likely, a low of 69. Wednesday, partly cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms, high of 88. Plenty of humidity to keep that dew point way up there. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, isolated thunderstorms, low of 69. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, no mention of rain finally those days. Dew points will be in the mid to upper 60s. So it's still going to be plenty sticky out there. It'll be mostly sunny, though, each day with a high of 90. And at night, we'll be right around the 70-degree mark Thursday through Sunday. Right now, around the Sand Hills, winds are south of 6, gusting to 12. Pressure is 29 to 85, dew point 69. Humidity 91%. It's cloudy and 72 degrees. Currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB. All right, the good Colonel has the day off today, and I thought John was going to be here for him. Maybe he'll be here shortly. We'll see. But, yeah, he said he'd sit in for the Colonel, and if he's not here, he just plain forgot it, and that's all it boils down to. Otherwise, he'd always tell me. But, anyway, we'll be fine. You know, I just gave you the weather forecast, and I did over the weekend, actually yesterday, I decided, and I was watching something, and it mentioned Dubai, and how that is the place of all places to go for the hip crowd, and all the, billions of dollars they have thrown into that place to make it a luxury oasis. Well, if you look at their weather forecast, there's nothing lovely about it. For today in Dubai, partly cloudy, high of 97, heat index of 121. How's that? Dew points of 80. Then tonight in Dubai, partly cloudy, low of 32 Celsius, 90 Fahrenheit, and a heat index of 104. Tuesday, partly cloudy, 98 for high, heat index 127. And Tuesday night, heat index of 102. Wednesday, they don't have any rain over there, evidently. Not much, but they sure gets a lot of humidity. Wednesday, sunny with a high of 120 heat index. Thursday, 134 heat index. Officially a high of 98. And Friday, 127. Over the weekend, they peak out at 129 degrees Fahrenheit heat index. Wow, can you imagine being over there and looking at all the architectural wonders they have built and in that town, and you got to ride around in that kind of heat? Every day is right at 100 or more. Even the night times are close to 100. That's crazy. I just don't get it. That they got so much money to pour into that place, and the weather sucks that bad. Not a place I put on my vacation list It'd be way down the bucket list on that one for sure. But to each his own. They can have it. Just have it without me. All righty. Well, let's see what we have. Best of the late night boys from over, best of the late night Unique boys from over the past weekend. This is from Nick Kroll, Anthony Anderson filling in for Jimmy Kimmel over the weekend.
Founder and weirdly jacked billionaire Jeff Bezos is going to space. The flight will only last about 10 minutes, but it's still the longest break that any Amazon employee has ever been given.
You know, the NCAA recently decided that college athletes can finally get paid for endorsement deals, which is long overdue. I just hope they're for products that college students actually use. I don't want them sponsored by Gucci or Rolex, but do some commercials from Top Ramen or Cheap Weed.
Okay. Jeff Bezos is going up in his version of a rocket ship tomorrow. We'll see how it turns out for him. We wish him Godspeed. What else we got here? Windows, if you'll play radio with me. Yesterday, if you were watching the Open Championship from over the pond there, a 24-year-old Colin Morikawa won the Open Championship on his first attempt. It wasn't a fluke. Last year, he won the PGA Championship on his first try also. He's the first male golfer ever to win 2 major championships in his first appearance in each. Here are his final 2 shots to win it.
He's about to become the first player to win 2 different majors in his first attempt. That, by the way, was to tie the lowest 72-hole total in major championship history. Didn't take long for Colin Morikawa to put his name on the claret jug. 1 for 1 at the Open. No bogeys in the last 31 holes. It's the 3rd longest bogey-free streak to end a major.
This is by far one of the best moments of my life. To be called the Open Championship winner, to be called the championship winner of the year, it gives me chills. It's giving me chills right now. So thank you guys.
Of course, they play on links courses over there, which to me, it's a whole different kind of golf. It really is. No trees, but long grass. So if you hit it into the rough, well, you get into the first cut, you'll survive. You get into the second cut, you'll be having a hard time finding your knees in it. But it makes it real difficult to chop a ball out. Eggo's is launching an Joey waffles. Anyway, that features your favorite emoji on their waffles. Here is actress Melissa Joan Hart, talking about the new product and how it gives free meals to underprivileged kids.
Eggo is launching a new waffle called the Egoji waffle, and it's just like it sounds. It's an Eggo waffle with fun faces on it. Look, smiley face, heart eyes face, starstruck smiley one. Eggo is partnering with No Kid Hungry. All you have to do is hashtag Egoji, No Kid Hungry, and Eggo will donate up to 100 breakfasts per hashtag to No Kid Hungry.
All right, well, we'll let them do it too. A video has gone viral of a totally fed-up Frito-Lay worker at Kansas telling a news reporter why he and the employees are on strike. Not because they aren't working hard. It's not because they're not willing to do the job. But he is hot, tired, and not willing to work 84 hours a week as they're requiring.
I'm hot, I'm tired, I'm mad. They got us working 84 hours a week in this thing. Do it look like my shoes can hold my fat ass for 84 hours? That's what I'm saying. The thing about it, they got the little mascots on the thing, like Chester Cheeto. He ain't got to worry about this type of shit. He just get on his motorcycle and he gone. I can't afford a motorcycle with the pay they give me up in here. I got child support coming out my check. I got the food stamps about to get cut off. And what's the little handsome man with a Steve Harvey mustache on the Pringles can? The Pringles man and the little boy with the dog on the Cracker Jacks box. You ain't never seen them frowning, did you? Now, the only thing Frito can do is kiss my ass, because now I'm about to go, instead of my Frito Lays, I'm about to go be lazy. You hear me? I'm about to go lay the down, because I ain't doing this no more. I'm about to go see if they hiding down there at Lowe's. And y'all don't really give a damn about my story. Y'all can get the camera out my face. Y'all just want to get y'all story. That's what y'all want to do.
Yeah, it's another success story of our public schools. After he graduated with that fine English there, and that too, that steers you into those great jobs at Frito-Lay, because they're the only ones can put up with that kind of horrible English. Yeah, it's important when you talk in public, unless you're doing it for emphasis, use proper English, because the second you don't, it says I'm stupid to a degree to somebody. I mean, suppose somebody's up on a witness stand and the witness sits there and gives his testimony, and even worse if it's a law enforcement individual, and they go, "Oh, I seen the suspect run up this way." What does that tell the jury? Now, this guy is not very bright, never took English class. Anyway, it would diminish you in their eyes if they do know proper English. It just sticks out like a sore thumb. And it says, I'm stupid. And it doesn't have to be that way. That might be the way it's all spoken around the home. That's why I always implore parents to use correct English around their kids, because that's what they pick up on. And they, too, can sound like they have had some learning, or sound like they come from the fields of way down in the fields, I guess, where they don't teach English. As they said in the classic movie Animal House, knowledge is good. As is the case of knowing more about the Delta variant and the areas most likely to get it. Here's a preview.
Get ready for the Animal House sequel.
I heard Delta's the worst house on campus.
Delta Variant House.
But you can't hold a whole fraternity responsible for the behavior of a few sick individuals.
Surges are most pronounced in areas where vaccination rates are low.
You bought it this time, Buster!
The Animal House sequel, Delta Variant House.
Isn't this an indictment of our entire American society?
Well, out with it.
Coming soon to an unvaccinated area near you.
All right. Well, we have headline news. I think we covered that. How about the not so headline news?
This is not headline news. There's a rumor Shakira is a lesbian. The rumor was started by her hips, and as we all know, those hips don't lie. Vin Diesel turned 54 yesterday. He celebrated with his environmentally conscious brother, Bio. The Olympic Village experienced its first COVID-19 case, so athletes are trying to avoid that while making sure to stay downwind of Team Jamaica. Queen guitarist Brian May turned 74 today. With his long gray locks and old face, he's beginning to look like the Queen. Antonio Banderas joined the cast of Indiana Jones 5. He'll play the role of Harrison Ford's shoulder. This is not headline news.
Well, as you may have heard, that the state legislative members of the Democratic Party that scooted out of town so they wouldn't cast a vote on voting, that would make it much easier for people to vote. For some reason, if the Republicans want it, it has to be bad, and the Democrats don't want it. In this case, they go sneaking out of town and won't come back and give them a quorum. Well, I guess justice finds its way sometimes, in that 5 of the state senators who boogied out of town experienced some instant karma, and they all 5 have COVID to add to their worries. What's going to become all that, nobody has indicated yet, but it'll become an issue. And you know that song by Vanessa Colton, 1,000 Miles? It's a nice song that, good positive kind of sounding song. Anyway, Alex Melton, a heavy metal rocker, did his version of it. See if it sounds anything like the original.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing, I'm all bound. Staring blankly ahead, making my way through the crowd. And I need you, and I miss you, and now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time would pass me by? 'Cause you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just save you tonight.
All right. I think I like the original version better. Okay. Let's see. Where are we? We are over here. A Karen. We all know what that is. Little Miss, I got to get my nose in everything that's your business. Anyway, she falsely accused a black man of stealing her son's phone at a Walmart. He denied it, but she kept following him to his car, so he started recording their exchange to protect himself. You can listen to it all right here, and so you be the judge.
She runs up to me and says, "Excuse me, you have my son's phone?" I pull my phone out and tell her I do not, as well as my money and my ID, and tell her,
"We're staying here until you give me my phone because it marks that you're here."
I don't have a phone.
No.
Ma'am, you're really crazy. You're following me
Yep,
now.
now I am. Because that phone has cost me money.
Not good
Yes.
enough. A
No.
sorry person isn't good
Now
enough
you're
for me.
Well, wait until the police are here.
So-
You said it yourself.
What will happen when you're wrong? What happens? What do I get? Just an apology?
Sure.
Her son found the phone. Her son found it, though. It was in the car. Can I have your name, please, ma'am?
No.
So you may not have made it out there at the end, but at the end, the son found the phone in their car, meaning his mother's car. And then she refuses to apologize to the man. Boy, first-class lady there. Instead of apologizing, she tells him to go F himself. To keep COVID safe at the Olympic Games in Tokyo, they set up 18,000 anti-sex cardboard beds that supposedly break under the weight of more than one person. It's all set to keep athletes from hooking up. That being said, here's a clip of gymnast Rhines McLeland jumping on one of the beds and calling it fake news.
In today's episode of Fake News at the Olympic Games, the beds are meant to be anti-sex. They're made out of cardboard, yes, but apparently they're meant to break at any sudden movements. It's fake news.
I guess his didn't break. All right, you may have seen this in a movie, because I have, but this isn't a movie. 3 women in Idaho, they went on a road trip, vacation together in a school bus when they found out they were all dating the same man. Here's Morgan Tabor, Abby Roberts, and Vika King explaining how they found out he was a big cheater.
So they sent me a text and they were like, "Hey, we need to know about your relationship with this guy." They're basically like, "Yeah, like we're both dating him too. So I open the front door. He's standing there holding a bouquet of flowers. He asked me how my day was, and I say, yeah, I actually made some new friends today. Flip it, and he sees them on my phone, and his face just priceless.
Yesterday, went out to eat, and we went to one place that we kind of had a hankering for, and we get there. It was pouring rain outside, and you get in and you go, whew, nice to get out of the rain. And you go over there and say, 2 for dinner, please. And they say, oh, it will be at least 10-minute wait. And I lean my head in and I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 15 tables cleared. Well, some of them needed clearing, but there were plenty that were cleared. And I went, 15 minutes, huh? I think we'll go somewhere else, because that's just a prelude to how the service is going to be. Don't know it, but don't know why people that are in the restaurant business don't get in the business that they set up. They want to slop through and call it a service. Okay. And then they want $15 an hour to work there. Man, you're the type that can't see that the fries are all out before that you cook anymore. Never have understood that. That you're sitting there and you see your order getting put in the bag, and it's down to the fries. And the lady at the window checkout, she grabs the last of the fries, puts it in a little cart and sets it in her bag, takes it over to the window. Meanwhile, you were sitting there drooling like a Pavlov dog, and there comes the girl. She says, I'm waiting on fries. I'm waiting on fries. I went, well, you couldn't see they were running out? And, of course, everybody's favorite when they pull up to the window at the chicken place and they say, we're out of dark meat. And you think to yourself, what business are you in? Maybe the chicken business? I always say the same smart aleck thing. I say, oh, I'm sorry, I mistaked you as a chicken restaurant. I said, when you all decide to get into the restaurant business of serving chicken, let me know. Let's see. A video has gone viral of a totally fed up Frito. We did that, didn't we? Yeah, we did. All right. We have some good news for you. Anything this good must have its own entrance, too.
Who wants to hear some good news?
Good news? Who likes good news?
Good news.
That is good news. That is good news.
I haven't even told you yet.
Well, get to it.
What's the good news?
The good news is...
Yeah, Lego announced a prototype brick made from recycled plastic. There's a clip from an explainer video about the prototype from the perspective of a plastic bottle that will soon turn into a brick.
At the Lego Group, we're using plastic bottles to make happy prototype bricks. It's not easy becoming a Lego brick. We have a dedicated team making sure you're as strong, durable, and safe as those around today. Some prototypes will break, mentally and physically. But those who survive may one day begin new lives as one of the world's most loved toys.
Okay, can't wait to get some recycled Legos. Isn't that the number one toy out there now? Not board game, just toy. They're so much fun to step on in socks and bare feet. I went to my nephew's home over the weekend, and he's got 2 kids and one on the way that's going to get here Friday. And they were just having to get together because one of my other nephews was in town for that day. And I went over there, and they got plenty of kids. And you talk about toys. Man, do they collect toys. And it's from one end of the house to the other. You know, we had a little plastic football, you know, the size of a little baseball. Now we go out in the front yard and we play what we call knee football, where you had two teams, however many kids were there to play that time, and we're talking 4 to 6 people. And you hike the ball and all that, and you run and you pass, and it's all done while running on your knees. Because when you're a kid, it doesn't kill you at the end of the play. Well, maybe that's what's killing me now, in the form of arthritis. Oh, Lord. Get to the point you can't walk without assistance anymore, and you have to go through all this stuff and pain to get back to it, short of a knee replacement. I don't think anybody wants to cut their knee off and throw it in the trash can, but sometimes that's all that's left. But I'll keep you updated, because I'm going to try something relatively new. It's not completely new. It's being used. See if the knee will come back. A 7-year-old from central Pennsylvania is making headlines for being one of the youngest members of the Lancaster County Beekeeper Society. And he currently owns a hive of around 50,000 bees. Here's Kellen Brookree and his grandfather talking about Kellen's hobby and passion.
I like the faces. They look like they have tiny eyes, but they have big eyes and then 2 tiny dots.
Kellen has a gift. I get a lot of enjoyment out of watching Kellen grow and learn and succeed, because now it's not like you can always learn bees, but he really knows what he's doing.
Okay, well, we wish him great success with it, because without bees, nobody has plants. And when you have an area shortage, well, guess what? Food doesn't grow. You remember that movie where you heard this famous line?
Show me the money!
Yeah, Jerry Maguire. Well, Regina King, who wrote it, had no idea that she made Jerry Maguire, that fans would still be trying to impress her with 25 years later by shouting, "Show me the money." For the record, it doesn't impress her, but she did admit it's actually kind of cute.
Did you know that "Show me the money" was going to become a big catchphrase?
Oh, dear. I did not, and nor did I know 25 years later people still think that that's an original thing to say to me. And it's actually kind of cute, sometimes, especially when it's like older people. They're like, "Show me the money."
Oh, she's so cute.
Okay. How much time we got? Basically a minute. Can I get all this done in a minute? Gunfire erupted outside National Park during the Washington National San Diego Padres game Saturday night. Sent fans and players scrambling because they didn't know where it was coming from at first. 3 people were injured, including a female who was outside the stadium. Play was halted, and the Padre players opened the gate to allow fans to leave through their dugout. They resumed the game next day, where understandably both teams' managers were emotional about the whole experience.
I love this city. This city's my home. It can get crazy. We all know that. And we all want to feel safe. Inside this ballpark, I feel safer than ever. We care about each other. We don't want anybody getting hurt. So, like I said, for me yesterday, I try to protect as many people as possible.
All right, that's Dave Martinez of the Nationals. All right, it is
Today we're going to reach
8 o'clock.
the mid to upper 70s, even the lower 80s. Our temperatures will remain on the slightly cooler side, all thanks to all the cloud cover that we're going to see today and those showers that are going to move through. A few pockets of heavy rainfall will be possible. That will increase flooding concerns, especially to the south and east today. Overnight lingering showers possible with lows in the mid 60s and lower 70s. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Brought
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sandhills. 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. 5 of the Texas Democrats who recently fled the state for Washington, D.C. have tested positive for COVID-19. All 5 were fully vaccinated. At the Olympics, 2 South African soccer players have become the first athletes inside the Olympic Village to test positive. American tennis star Coco Gauff has tested positive and will not compete. And a key sponsor of the games, automaker Toyota, saying its executives will not attend Friday's opening ceremony because of the coronavirus surge.
The upcoming Tokyo Olympics is by far the most heavily sponsored event in sports history. Japanese companies have gone all in, spending more than $3 billion. But those sponsors have been facing some backlash from the Japanese public who opposed the games. Asahi Beer, for example, was planning to provide beverages at the stadiums. And all this makes companies wonder whether being an Olympic sponsor is as a safe bet as it used to be.
That's the BBC's Marika Oy in Tokyo. The Biden administration has transferred a detainee out of the Guantanamo Bay detention facility for the first time, sending a Moroccan man back home 5 years after a review board recommended his discharge. Then President Trump opposed releases from Gitmo, saying these are extremely dangerous people and should not be allowed back onto the battlefield. Washington, D.C. police have recovered 1 vehicle, and they are searching for another in connection with Saturday night's shooting outside the city's Major League Baseball stadium. 3 people were wounded, and the gunfire triggered a panic among fans at the Nationals-Padres game. A couple of people are being questioned by investigators. On Wall Street this morning, stock futures deep in the red. Dow futures down 477 points. NASDAQ futures off 120. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Tell me why Relief Factor is so successful in lowering or eliminating pain. I'm often asked that question. Pete and Seth Talbot, the father and son founders of Relief Factor, tell me they believe our bodies were designed to heal. The doctors who formulated Relief Factor selected the 4 best ingredients, 100% drug-free ingredients that each help your body deal with inflammation. Order the 3-week quick start now. Discount it to only $19.95 to see if it will work for you too. Call 800-500-8384. ReliefFactor.com.
With a Democratic sweep officially in place, we are now at the mercy of tax and spend economics. Get ready for runaway national debt pushing the further devaluation of the dollar. So if you haven't invested in gold, now is the time to protect your savings. Birch Gold Group is the premier precious metals IRA company in America. With an A+ BBB rating and thousands of satisfied customers, Birch Gold can help you move an eligible IRA or 401k into an IRA backed by gold. Go to birchgold.com/radio for your free information kit. That's birchgold.com/radio.
A Japanese court has sentenced 2 Americans charged in businessman Carlos Ghosn's escape from justice.
A Tokyo court has handed down prison terms for the American father and son accused of helping the Nissan former chairman escape to Lebanon while awaiting trial in Japan. Michael Taylor was sentenced to 2 years in prison, while his son Peter got 1 year and 8 months. Ghosn hid in a big box that was flown on a private jet via Turkey to Lebanon. In handing down the sentence, the chief judge said the 2 had committed a serious violation of the law, as now there's next to no chance of putting Ghosn on trial. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Opposition lawmakers in the Hungarian parliament demanding an inquiry into findings by an international investigation that the country's right-wing government used powerful malware to spy on critical journalists, politicians, and business figures. News and analysis at townhall.com. How low can you go? It would be hard to outdo these thieves. They victimized families who lost loved ones in the South Florida condo collapse.
Relatives of an elderly couple who died in the accident in Surfside, Florida, say hackers applied for credit cards in their name and proceeded to empty out their bank accounts. 83-year-old Antonio Lozano and his 79-year-old wife Gladys were buried July 7th. Their son Sergio says that same day, bank records show someone withdrew cash from their accounts that were opened in their name. Surfside Mayor Charles Burkett says there are other victims who've had their identities stolen in the aftermath of that June 24th accident. Ron DeRockster reporting.
Jordan's King Abdullah is in Washington. Talks on tap later today with President Biden at the White House. Watching Wall Street this morning, stock futures are sharply lower. The S&P futures down 45 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
The greatest comeback of all time is underway. Remember to shop local businesses. A reminder from Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Attention patriots, listen in to hear President Trump explain why Ted Budd is the right choice for United States Senate.
Here's somebody that I think is very special, somebody that I've worked with, always been with me. This man's a great politician, but more importantly, he's somebody that loves the state of North Carolina. He loves the country. But this gentleman is going to be your next senator. He's going to be somebody that you're going to be so proud of. He will fight like hell. He will fight like nobody fights. And a lot of you don't know him that well, but you're going to know him. Ted Budd.
I am giving him my complete and total endorsement. We're going to work with him. We're going to campaign with him. You can't pick people that have already lost 2 races. You can't pick people that have already lost 2 races and do not stand for our values. So I'm going with Congressman Ted Budd, complete and total endorsement.
I'm Ted Budd, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Ted Budd for Senate. See the video at tedbudd.com.
Hi, this is Rodney Swarms with Plumbing Night. We know that plumbing emergencies can happen at any time. In fact, they seem to happen at the most inconvenient times. And then inviting an unknown plumber into your home, that can add to the stress of the situation. The Plumbing Night wants to alleviate any stress about inviting a technician into your home by guaranteeing that we have not only the very best plumbers, but also the most knowledgeable plumbers. Before any of our employees are hired, all of the employees must undergo drug testing and a thorough background check. If they don't pass, they aren't hired. No exceptions. Once they're hired and part of the team, they receive continuous technical and customer training to ensure that they are the very best at their trade. This training is week after week, month after month, year after year. This training is what got us into community college to teach the plumbing trade. So the next time you have an emergency, call the Plumbing Night. They're known for extraordinary service and integrity.
Call the Plumbing Night at 639-5555, day or night, or on the web at theplumbingnight.com.
The annual Pilot's Best of the Pines voting is still open. Drum & Quill was voted Most Authentic Pub last year, but this year we're nominated for 5 categories: Most Authentic Pub, Best Outdoor Dining, Best Casual Dining, Best Classic/Creative Cocktails, and Best Place to See Live Music with our intimate setting. For the past 7 years, the Drum & Quill has served up casual cuisine and cocktails to locals and tourists alike. The Drum & Quill, an authentic American tavern. Go online to bestofthepines.com to vote for us today. Our staff thanks you.
Pine Lawn Memorial Park in Southern Pines is proud to announce our new Fountain of Faith Columbaria. This new final resting place marble installation features a righteous eagle in flight, accompanied by a peaceful and calming water fountain. With our communities and families in mind, Pine Lawn Memorial Park is offering exclusive savings opportunities of over $1,000 to those who reserve their space in this elegant feature in Moore County's only perpetual care cemetery. Space is limited, so call today to schedule a tour and learn how you can save over $1,000 on customizable granite niche options or how to transfer your existing plans. Call 910-692-6801 or visit pinelawnmemorial.com. Don't miss out on this exclusive and limited time savings opportunity. Call 910-692-6801 or go online today and see why more families prefer Pines.
Every day at Gill Security, we are asked, can you monitor my system if you didn't install it? Can it be monitored without a phone line? And do you install cameras? The answers are yes, yes, and yes. We can upgrade and monitor your system even if we didn't install it. We can monitor it without a phone line, and we can and do install cameras. Call Gill Security today so we can say yes and give you a free estimate for the security needs you desire. Gill Security, 433-2868 or gillsecurity.com.
NCN News, I'm Mike Rayleigh. The impact from Tropical Storm Elsa was a major turnaround for rain-deprived parts of the state of North Carolina. State climatologist Corey Davis says that so far this summer has not been overly hot.
When we look at just the average temperatures for the summer so far, they're really not that impressive. It is basically a typical average summer across the Carolinas. In fact, some spots down across the South Carolina coastline, like Charleston and Myrtle Beach, are actually slightly below their normal temperatures for the season so far.
With COVID on the rise in all 50 states, one of the hardest hit is Arkansas, where 12 out of every 100 people have tested positive. Lamonte Boyd, hospitalized in Little Rock with COVID, says he thought the virus was a joke until he came down with it. Now Boyd has a message for others who, like him, refuse to get the shot.
Those who don't want to take the vaccines, you playing Russian roulette with your lives.
Most COVID-19 restrictions have been lifted across England. Some celebrated at midnight, but others, such as Wendy Bryant, a pensioner, believes it was done too early.
He's bowed to pressure from large businesses. I think that mask wearing should have been kept.
Changes have come to a body cam bill in the state Senate. In an earlier version of Senate Bill 300, families of people killed or seriously injured would have been able to view body camera footage of that incident within 5 days unless law enforcement can prove to the judge it needed to be redacted. The bill has now been rewritten. Carteret County Sheriff Asa Buggs had the text changed to where the matter would automatically go to court, where a judge would decide.
It automatically goes to the court, and then all parties have the opportunity to come in and be heard.
North Carolina's unemployment rate has fallen for the 9th consecutive month. The state Commerce Department reports a seasonally adjusted unemployment rate was 4.6% in June compared to 4.8% in May. You're listening to NCN News.
Hey, I'm Katie Webster with North Carolina Emergency Management. Severe weather can happen throughout the year in North Carolina. You can protect yourself and your loved ones by being prepared. Have a family emergency plan. Assemble an emergency kit with a 3-day supply of non-perishable food and water. Download an emergency alert app, have a weather alert radio, and listen to local weather reports. Go to readync.org for more severe weather safety tips. This message is brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Public Safety.
Countless small businesses closed their doors due to COVID-19, and many are still struggling, even as we emerge from the pandemic. At the NC Rural Center, we believe that our state's economic future depends on the vibrancy of small businesses from Murphy to Manio and everywhere in between. That's why we've assembled a group of small business owners and state and local leaders across the state to form the North Carolina Small Business Coalition. Learn more about the coalition and how to join at ncruralcenter.org. NC Rural Center, building vibrant rural communities.
In 2019, North Carolina stopped charging most 16 and 17-year-olds as adults, and a new report looks at the law's effects on the state's juvenile justice system. Tara Callahan is with the Raleigh-based Conservatives for Criminal Justice Reform.
Enabling this population to start out their lives as 18-year-olds without an adult criminal record hanging around their necks, to the fact that the majority of the kids in this system are coming in with a mental health diagnosis and really ought to be treated accordingly.
Americans looking to travel abroad this summer may have to delay their plans if they need new or renewed passports. As one lawmaker says, enough is enough.
For those hoping for an international getaway, the State Department says the wait for a passport is now as long as 4 months.
People are waiting months and months and months.
Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer is calling on the Biden administration to beef up staffing at the State Department.
The State Department has been so backlogged because of COVID. People didn't apply for any visas and any passports while COVID happened, and now there's a deluge, and they don't have the personnel to do it.
That backlog of 2 million applications means those submitted now probably won't be issued until the fall. Matt Piper, CBS News.
Powerful storms brought heavy rain, strong winds, and hail to parts of Arizona yesterday, with more unsettled weather and flash flooding expected this week.
The situation calls for it. The county is even taking things a step further.
Some locations we've identified that they need additional concrete barrier where the water first enters the city. The floodwater literally overtopped the barrier, and so we went in and developed a 3-tiered system of barrier in that area so that if it overtops, it gets caught by a next level.
Actions like these are appreciated by county residents who realize that there's no controlling Mother Nature, only working together with it.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Showers and thunderstorms will continue today with pockets of heavy rainfall. We could see flooding concerns grow as we head into the afternoon. Highs are going to reach the mid to upper 70s and the lower 80s. Overnight, we'll see some lingering showers with temperatures in the mid 60s and lower 70s. Rain chances will stick with us into tomorrow with highs in the upper 80s and lower 90s. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Right now, skies are cloudy, a few scattered showers, 72 degrees. Humidity 92%, dew point 69, pressure 2987, and wind south-southeast at 7, gusting to 12. It is 8:14. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Monday morning. A family is in mourning and the loss of their dog. Let's start that again. A family is in mourning over the loss of their dog who died in a house fire in Bass. The home is located on Waterhill Lane off Union Church Road. The call came into 911 just before 4 p.m. Saturday afternoon. Initially, it was reported that no one was at home at the time of the fire, but a short time later, fire crews were told the grandfather could possibly be inside the house. When firefighters arrived on the scene, they quickly entered the home to attack the fire and found no one inside the residence. Firefighters quickly had the fire knocked down. Cypress Point Deputy Chief Jonathan Richardson advised firefighters they found the family's dog deceased inside the home. He said the majority of the damage had occurred in the kitchen area, but the home had significant damage. The cause of the fire, unknown at this time. There were heavy storms in the area at the time of the fire, and lightning strikes could not be ruled out. That's your WEEB local news this morning from the Sand Hill Sentinel. And, of course, you can go online to sandhillsentinel.com for more information. It is 8:17. Sports is next right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. Picking up his third career Cup victory and first since 2018, Eric Almirola earned his first win of the season for Stewart Haas Racing, taking the summer race at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. The race itself delayed nearly 2 hours by rain, and NASCAR called it early due to darkness, leaving 8 laps shy of its scheduled conclusion.
We're just a group of scrappers, man. We're a group of fighters. These guys just kept bringing the best race cars to the racetrack every week, and if our race car was only good enough to run 15th, that was the best race car we could bring, and today it was good enough to win.
Chris Bell finished second. Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, and Ryan Blaney round out the top 5. Colin Morikawa closed with a 4 under 66 to win the Open Championship by 2 shots over Jordan Spieth. The 24-year-old is the first to win 2 different majors in his first try.
You have to embrace it. You have to be excited about these opportunities, and that's how I looked at it today, especially coming down the stretch. I'm excited, and to have the Claret Jug right here in my possession for a year, I believe, I'm excited to have it.
Morikawa finished with a 15 under 265, the lowest score in the 15 British Opens played at Royal St. George's. The San Diego Padres and Washington Nationals finished Saturday night's game a day later after it was suspended when gunfire erupted outside the stadium. Washington police said 3 people were involved in the shooting. CBS News correspondent Chris Van Cleve was at the conclusion of the game Sunday.
Fans are back inside Nats Park, but for the people that were there last night, it was a very scary experience, myself included. I was in the stands, and there was a point in time where you didn't know what was going on or if you were in danger.
The Padres led 8-4 when the game was halted in the 6th inning and finished it off with a 10-4 win on Sunday. The Milwaukee Brewers stretched their lead in the NL Central to 7 games. After a 3-game sweep of Cincinnati, they slammed the second-place Reds 8-0 last night. This is NCN Sports.
This is a big deal. Now at healthcare.gov, millions more people can afford health coverage. Due to the COVID relief law, 4 out of 5 customers can get a plan for under $10 a month with financial help. From doctor visits to preventive services to prescription drugs, these are quality plans. You can do this. You can have coverage as soon as August 1st if you sign up now at healthcare.gov, paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Medicaid is changing in North Carolina, but your local community health centers are still here to care for all patients, whether or not you have health coverage. If you want to make changes to your Medicaid coverage, act now by visiting ncmedicaidplans.gov. That's ncmedicaidplans.gov, where you can choose your local community health center as your primary care provider for affordable, high-quality health care. This message brought to you by the North Carolina Community Health Center Association.
U.S. tennis player Coco Gauff won't get a chance to compete in the Tokyo Olympics. The 17-year-old American has tested positive for COVID-19, forcing her out of the Summer Games. Wimbledon men's runner-up Matteo Berrettini announced his withdrawal from the Tokyo Olympics due to a thigh injury that he sustained at the grass court tournament a week ago. In other Olympic news, 2 South American soccer players have become the first athletes inside the Olympic Village to test positive for COVID-19. Organizers confirmed the positive tests, but only listed 2 as non-Japanese. 2 people with knowledge of the situation have told the Associated Press former distance runner Tegla Laroupe has tested positive. Laroupe is the chief of mission for the IOC's refugee Olympic team and is the reason that team has been stuck in Qatar. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
Thanks for help bringing the economy back. One local purchase at a time.
Kind of uplifts you and you feel better.
It's the greatest comeback of all time. With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
By now, you have probably heard that Health Innovation Pharmacy sold its retail prescription business to another company. However, they still offer compounding and medical equipment. So for dye-free, preservative-free, alcohol-free, or sugar-free forms of medications, turn to Health Innovation Pharmacy. Same location on Pinehurst Avenue, but with a new phone number, 910-246-2850. And be sure to see all the high-quality medical equipment that Health Innovation Pharmacy offers, like beds, wheelchairs, lift chairs, colostomy, and diabetes supplies, and a large supply of safety equipment, like canes and walkers. Open 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. Still located at 295 Pinehurst Avenue in Southern Pines. Or call them at 910-246-2850. And as always, you can visit them on the web at healthinnovationspharmacy.com.
This time of year, it's hard to know whether to put on a coat or short sleeves, not to mention whether to use the heat or AC. But one thing that is predictable is you absolutely need to service your heating and air system to avoid costly repairs or replacements down the road. Call Four Seasons Heating and Air to schedule your service checkup before the summer gets here and it becomes an emergency. Four Seasons Heating and Air, the company that wants you to get comfortable with them. Call 235-0606. That's 235-0606.
You look out the window. It's dark. You lock the doors. Maybe you set an alarm. You take every precaution. Do whatever it takes to keep your home safe. But it's not. In fact, termites may be destroying your home right now. You may not see them. You may not hear them. But by the time you see the damage termites cause, it may be too late. So don't wait, because now there is something new. Introducing Termidor, the unique treatment that wipes out 100% of the termites in your home in 3 months or less. They'll never see it coming. But you can't get it from any store. So ask for Termidor by name from your pest control company. Because if you're not asking for Termidor, you're asking for trouble.
Termidor is available at Aberdeen Exterminating. Call 944-2474. For service, that's 944-2474.
At Pool Automotive, being local and family-owned isn't just a title. It's the lifeblood of our business. The moment you walk into our Aberdeen showroom, you'll be treated like family. You see, we believe that all our guests deserve quality, reliable used vehicles, and we have the inventory and finance options to make it happen. When you buy a new vehicle, the second you drive it off the lot, it's already depreciated by thousands. Before you throw that money away, come to Pool Automotive and check out our huge selection of premium vehicles. We have high-quality, off-lease vehicles, most of which are one-owner cars with low mileage and remaining factory warranties. Something else we do to save you even more? We don't charge documentation fees. Yep, you heard us right. No doc fees here. Come in today, 500 South Sandhills Boulevard in Aberdeen, or call 910-637-0057 and experience the Pool Advantage.
When I opened my business, I knew I needed insurance. How much, what kind, where to buy, no idea. A friend told me to call FCIG, First Casualty Insurance Group, Southern Pines. My FCIG rep told me what I needed, and she showed me how to save on my home and car insurance, too. I was really surprised to find out that they represent over 3 dozen companies. Wow.
Time to call FCIG, First Casualty Insurance Group, Southern Pines. 910-692-8303. 910-692-8303.
We're proud to be working with our local businesses for the greatest comeback of all time.
Come together.
With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
The Zumwalt Zone is brought to you by Quality Built Homes, the Sandhills' #1 home builder, developer, and remodeler. With over 1,500 homes built in Moore County, we earn our name every day. Quality Built Homes, 910-944-7453.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. For all the left-wing crybaby liberals who love to bash our nation, you know, the ones who can find no pride in America, have you ever heard of President John F. Kennedy? Let me tell you what he said. He said, "For I can assure you that we love our country, not for what it was, although it's always been great, not for what it is, though of this we're deeply proud, but for what it someday can, and through the efforts of us all, someday will be." Of course, this is a man who actually fought and almost died for this nation. It's a man who, at the time of this quote, was fighting against some of the worst racism in modern time. He understood that sacrifice means a heck of a lot more than standing in an air-conditioned building and screaming about how unfair life is. In fact, here's something else he said. He said there will always be inequity in life. Some men are killed in a war. Some are wounded. Some men never leave the country, and some are stationed in Antarctica, and some are stationed in San Francisco. It's very hard in the military or in personal life to assure complete equality. Life is unfair, end of quote. In his day, he was a leading Democrat, and they killed him. Today, he wouldn't have been allowed inside the circle of hatred that Democrats have forged. Today's Democrat Party would have called him the worst name possible, a Republican. God bless America. From the Zumwalt Zone.
Today, we're going to reach the mid to upper 70s, even the lower 80s. Our temperatures will remain on the slightly cooler side, all thanks to all the cloud cover that we're going to see today and those showers that are going to move through. A few pockets of heavy rainfall will be possible. That will increase flooding concerns, especially to the south and east today. Overnight lingering showers possible with lows in the mid 60s and lower 70s. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Good morning, everyone.
Why are you happy?
Oh, someday I'm going to be on the radio.
Well, today is your day. Really? This is going to be the
Best day ever.
best day ever. Best day ever. Love your optimism. Just saying, it kind of freaks me out.
Okay, knock, knock.
That's way too early for jokes.
No, seriously.
Showtime, baby.
Got nothing in my brain. That's what people say. That's what people say. I go on too many dates, but I can't make them stay. At least that's what people say. That's what people say. But I keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop moving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the player's gonna play, 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 and the haters gonna hate, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake it off, shake it off. Breaker's gonna break, 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 and the faker's gonna fake, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake it off, shake it off. I never miss a beat. I'm lightning on my feet, and that's what they don't see. That's what they don't see. I'm dancing on my own, dancing on my own. Make the moves up as I go, and that's what they don't know. That's what they don't know. But
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams. Colonel's off today. Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on the live video stream. That's available to you now at talk973.com or talk1041.com or WEEB990.com. Top middle of the page is where the link's located. On your mobile device, you'll need to fire up YouTube and put Mornings with the LeaderMan in the search. And if you're on your mobile device just wanting an audio stream, that's easy too. Fire up Streama, TuneIn, or iTunes, and put WEEB into that search. And of course, if you want an audio stream off of our website, upper right-hand corner of every one of our web pages has an icon up there that says On the Air, Listen Live. Click it once and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area. Well, it's going to be a hot one. Big surprise there. But, let's see, mostly cloudy with widespread showers today. High of 79, 100% chance of getting wet. Tonight, mostly cloudy, widespread showers, a low of 68. Tomorrow, cloudy, showers likely 81. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, more showers and 69. Wednesday, guess what? Cloudy with thunderstorms, high of 88. Thursday, just sunny and 90. Friday, sunny and 91. Saturday, sunny and 90. And Sunday, sunny and 90. Heat indexes will be around 97. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are south-southeast at 7, gusting to 12. Pressure is 2987. Dew point 69. Humidity 72%. It's cloudy and 72 right now here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Yes, don't try that at home, my friends. I'm a professional, and I've been doing it for 40 years. And still, it's a tough thing to do, walk it up to the perfect at the end. Anyway, glad to have you along. Colonel's out today. I thought John was going to be here, but either he forgot or got tied up, one of the two. But we'll wish him the best on that, whatever the case may be. It is 8:31 past. Let's see. What do I want to do? I know what. Let's do like we do last hour. Let's kick it off with a little bit of comedy from the past here. This is Jerry Seinfeld talking about, well, shut up, Napster. You are always on there. This is Jerry Seinfeld on Cookie Crisp cereal.
Okay, parents for some reason had no idea or no interest that there's no food in any of this. And it was great until the Cookie Crisp people came along and blew the lid off of the whole racket. It's always somebody pushes a good thing just a little too far. Cookie Crisp. If you don't know what this is a cereal. It's not like cookies. It is cookies. This is your breakfast. A bowl of chocolate chip cookies. This cereal should have been called The Hell with Everything. Ice cream for lunch, cake for dinner, bacon and cigarettes in between. That's the Cookie Crisp Total Health Plan.
All right. Let's see. Get to that in a little while. Now when you know you had something, you knew it was there. No, it's not there. Doesn't that irritate you? Especially when you're live on the air. Here we go. We got her now. You're going to be in trouble now. Here we go. I said, Snurdly, hit it. Why can't we hear it? Okay. Try it, take two. Here we go.
And now it's time for
Random facts.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, a random fact for today, perhaps a spare. Key limes, considered a weed in Florida until the Great Freeze of 1894, destroyed all the lemon groves. Farmers replanted Mexican limes instead, and they became known as Florida key limes, a beloved regional crop. The inside of the Leaning Tower of Pisa is completely empty. It's just a hollow cylinder from bottom to top. In the 20s and 30s, people used to have cages built to hang out of their apartment windows, and they put their babies in them. They believed it helped keep them healthy and growing. In 1929, J.M. Barrie donated the copyright to Peter Pan to a children's hospital in London. The word husband comes from the Old Norse word husbandi, which means master of the house. The word wife comes from the Indo-European word weep, which means to wrap, and might refer to the veil that brides wear. And that's your random facts for today. Okay, 8:35 past the hour. Let's see here. Get rid of that. Let's move on to this morning's rim shots, shall we? See if we can put a smile on your face with this. Good round. Vin Diesel turned 54 today. He celebrated with his environmentally conscious brother, Bio. Tom Brady played the entire season with a torn ligament. That's still not as impressive as Rob Gronkowski playing with half a brain. Astronauts are growing chili peppers on the International Space Station, but if we're not growing them with Matt Damien's poop, why are we even trying? 16% of people say they haven't weighed themselves since the beginning of the pandemic. Does that include you? Well, they actually tried to weigh themselves but couldn't read the scales with their enormous stomachs in the way. Extreme flooding hit Germany and France. Well, I'll let you guess which country fought back and which one surrendered. And this had the French terrified because high floodwaters could result in them accidentally bathing. That we just can't have. A hot air balloon pilot died when he fell out of the basket and hit the ground. I guess when he said he knew what he was doing, he was full of, well, you know. And finally, Los Angeles County will require residents to Los Angeles County will require residents to wear masks indoors. Not because of COVID, but because plastic surgery delays have left celebrities looking that ugly. And that's your rim shots for today. Okay. Starting out okay today. Let me see here if I can get, where is it at, guys? I've only got one, but we can do it with that as we go get some bad guys this morning, shall we? All right, witness, play with us. Here we go.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were 8 and you had bad dreams.
All right, my friends, it's time once again to strut across the floor in the style of the Duke, John Wayne. And open up our closet doors. Our 6-0 double door outside swing. I look inside at all 30 of our Liberty safes, and today we're going to mosey on over to Liberty safe number 14. And then open that bad boy up. Reach in and grab our weapon of choice today. Which will be the M109 sniper rifle. Yeah, pick these bad boys off at about 500 yards. All right, we'll throw that over the shoulder, pin on our badge, grab 5 cans of whoop-ass as we're out the door now in relentless pursuit of stupid criminal news. Stupid criminal news number 1 this morning. Some people take candles very seriously. They spend hours in the shop smelling dozens of candles, hoping something knocks them off their feet. That's not what happened here. On Saturday afternoon, a guy was wandering through a Bath and Body Works store in Miami, in an area mall there, when he decided he was going to steal some candles. He started shoving them into the bag, and when the people around him noticed, he executed a fairly extreme getaway plan. He started by spraying everyone in the face with a bear mace. And you're not a bear, but you're in trouble with me. And he squirted them right in the face. I mean, everyone. Police say he sprayed 35 people, including the store manager, and more than a dozen staff members. That's a very well-staffed location, isn't it? 12 people. Then he booked it out into the mall, hopped in a taxi, and drove off. At least one victim was hospitalized, but everyone should be okay. The police spokesman said that when he's caught, he's looking at several armed robbery and aggressive aggravated battery charges, and that could end up being 30 to 35 felonies. They didn't say what scent that the thief got away with. That should be a lifetime supply anyway, I would think. Okay. It is 8:40, 40 past the hour. Well, time's a flying, isn't it? Oh, let's see here. Let's see what things we need to know today so we do not sound stupid. As soon as I can find it where I put it. Oh, here it is. All right. Got too many things here. If you're thinking of trying to get that new mac and cheese ice cream, well, you're too late. Came out last Wednesday and was sold out online and in stores by Saturday. I'll have to say that's not anything that's going to disappoint me. Bill Cosby is talking about seeking compensation for the time he spent behind bars. Now, here's a guy you know is guilty, but getting out on technicalities because, yeah, they had a deal between the DA and him not to use some stuff he said in a civil trial against him in the criminal trial. But they did. And that got him convicted. And the appeals judges said that, no, you can't, you had a deal with him that you wouldn't bring this stuff up. And the fact that you did then vacates his guilty verdict. And you can retry him if you want, but I'd suggest not. And they probably won't. Because by the time they can successfully get it back to court, he probably will have passed on. So, space on board a 5-month luxury cruise on board the Regent Seven Seas cruise line out of Miami went on sale last week. It sold out in just 3 hours. Wow. Just keeping our eye on Yellowstone Park, where they've had 140 earthquakes in a 24-hour period. That might indicate something's getting ready to erupt. You know, we got 1,300 active volcanoes on the earth. And people jumping up and down about climate change know not what they're talking about, because until you can cap 1,300 volcanoes, you're not going to make a dent in climate change. This is still a very active and growing planet. As in, I guess, universe time, it's still going very rapidly. But in our time, human beings' time, it seems like a while that we can do something about climate change. You can't. Because those volcanoes are spewing sulfur, ash, carbon dioxide, and every other known gas known to mankind out into the atmosphere on a regular basis. 1,300 of them. And like I said, until you cap them, you're wasting your time trying to Worry about this climate change. Now, there's a difference between climate change and cleaning up air pollution. China has a terrible amount of air pollution over there. You can't even see the stars at night. It's so thick. And a lot of people walk around with masks because you don't have a clue what you're breathing in over there. But still, they should, like I said, clean up their air and any water, but it's not going to make a dent in the climate change. Let's see, research out of Duke University claims that dogs just get human and connect with us in ways that other animals can't. In fact, I had a story on that. Let me see. Some candles. Here we go. Does your dog have a favorite word? Chances are they do. Even if they don't know what a word is or why you insist they can't drink out of a toilet. A website site in England called Owned By commissioned a study to find out which words dogs love the most by monitoring their heart rates and not how fast their tail wagged. And the number one thing they loved us to say the most is ready to walk. I pushed their heart rate up to 156 beats a minute. I got the top 6 words here. Number 2 is dinner, food, or eat. Followed by number 3, treat. You want a treat? They understand that one. 151 beats of the heart produced by that. Or get it, go get it, get it. It's 150 beats. Fetch. I didn't heard anybody say fetch. I heard them say go get it, but I was close to go get it in a beat number of beats. And toy or get your toy produced 144 beats a minute. Few other ones, good boy or good girl, 139 beats. What's that? As you point to the P on the floor. 135 beats a minute. If you say their name, that stimulates them. 128 beats a minute. And find it. 124 beats a minute. If you've ever truly known your dog, you know what I'm talking about. Because they get to know you just as well as you know yourself. They can detect the slightest difference in your mood. And they know when you're upset, it's not at them, it's at other things in your life, but they're there to help if they can. And all they want from you is some love, some food, and to go with you if they can. So many dogs spend their whole life inside waiting on mom or dad to get home instead of being out with mom or dad when possible. Of course, on hot days like today, it's tough to take them with you unless you can leave them in an air-conditioned car or carrying them in with you. Some dogs are okay to go down the sidewalk with and go into a store. They don't immediately go to the nearest item and pee on it. Because especially male unneutered dogs tend to always come in and say, here's who I am, and they pee on something. And other dogs come up and sniff it, and it will tell them what he's eating, how good a health he's in, whether he's a male or female, so forth and so on. But yeah, and another thing, when you're looking to adopt a dog, I'm glad you're willing to adopt one. We got too many. But go to these shelters and look first. You don't have to have that purebred. You're not going to be showing them in all practical purposes unless you're really into that sport. You will probably just get a good friend out of it. So why create a dog through breeding when there are many dogs out there just would love to just come home with you? And the shelters have them. And they can get you set up to get the dog neutered or spayed. I would caution you against neutering a dog too soon, because now they've found that when you neuter a dog too soon, it messes up their hormones. Trying to remember the name of it. It's the one they call the fight or flight hormone. Adrenal hormone. Maybe that's right. Anyway, it's the fight or flight hormone. And it throws that out of whack if you get them neutered too soon for some reason. And I had to deal with that with Nick's situation, my older dog who just passed away after 16 and a half years with me. But he had, they call it Cushing's. And you have to give him medication twice a day. Otherwise, he'll just have an overwhelming appetite for water. And they eventually can run the kidneys, because all they do is drink an excessive amount of water and go outside and relieve it. It's all water going out. There's no urine with it. So you have to give them a drug that counters that and gets the adrenals back in play like they're supposed to be, so they can have a normal life. But if you just wait till about a year before you have them, as always, consult your veterinarian about it. I'm not a vet, nor am I giving out any veterinary advice, but I would suggest you look into it so that your dog can avoid having problems with it. A 14-year-old girl in Japan is getting quite a bit of attention. That should be expected, because Zhang Ziyu is playing lots of girls basketball and making quite an impression, because she has a height of 7 foot 4 inches. Yes, I said she was 14. She can stay healthy. She might get a whole lot of offers once she turns old enough to play pro. The Perseid meteor showers on the way. They'll actually put streaks of stars in the sky between now and mid-August, but the peak viewing time will be August 11th through 14th. As the Earth orbit goes through a bunch of meteors out there in our orbit that burn up in our atmosphere and create the streaks. No chance of any big meteor coming in. They can't make it to the ground without burning up. The CEO of Jeep says that future versions of their cars will be able to drive underwater. What if you can fish too at the same time? A closer look at a 500-year-old statue indicates a fingerprint or thumbprint believed to belong to Michelangelo. California lawmakers have approved the first state-funded guaranteed income plan in the U.S. $35 million for monthly cash payments to qualifying pregnant people and young adults who recently left foster care, with no restrictions on how they spend it. Is it our responsibility to provide cradle-to-grave support? Nobody cares. Nobody is opposed to helping somebody in true need. That's not what this is about. But you don't start out on the top rung of life when you start going out on your own. And yeah, you may have to have roommates or rent a room to get started until you can build up your little nest egg to do other things. You won't be buying off the new car lot. You just wait until you get a good deal from somebody who's getting rid of the car may cut you a better deal because it's just trying to help you out. But this idea, I mean, what's with all the immigration that's coming in? Now the Biden administration has admitted that they're taking illegal immigrants, putting them on a bus or plane, and sending them off throughout this country to mix in and make it the best they can. Of course, don't worry, they're going to get us a check every month, unlike you. They're going to get money from you to live on. And the thing that really gets me is they're taking them to swing states like North Carolina, Georgia, Texas, Arizona. All these states that could be swinging, they want to make sure they swing Democratic and stay that way. That's why they will flood. North Carolina is one of the true swing states that Trump won by just a few points. What was it, less than 2%? You flood enough Democrats in here, then you pretty well, he's a lock to win. The Democrats are a lock to win every time. So this is their long-range plan. First, get them out there, and then give them a way to become a citizen. Instead of doing it like it should be done, you wait your turn, you come in. In the meantime, if businesses and farmers or whatever, agriculture needs extra labor, I know plenty of businesses depend on this temporary labor. Well, you can give them the card the card they need to be able to come in and harvest crops or work in factories that nobody else, for jobs that they can't find enough workers for. But then when their tour of duty is up here with that job, they go home. Because they're going to take the money they got anyway and ship it home. And that's taking it out of our economy where it could have done some good for all of us. But no, not only they come in and jump on the government's handout doles, then they take their money and they ship it home out of our economy and fund someone else's economy. Clippy, you remember that animated paperclip that used to be in Windows, was kicked out of Microsoft software back in 2007. But now Microsoft says he's going to replace the current plain paperclip emoji in Microsoft's 365. Los Angeles County brought back the mask mandate requiring that everyone wear masks indoors, vaccinated or not. Yes, Big Brother to save the day as always. A woman in Nebraska has been arrested after breaking into a dentist's office multiple times, stealing cash and checks, and then actually removing 13 teeth from a patient. And they probably charged the patient. All right, so it goes for this Monday. Have yourself a great, safe day. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow, 7 to 9 for a titillating Tuesday. The Colonel will be back then. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on our airwaves because they're the backbone of our economy here in Moore County. Your money will stay here, roll over, and create jobs for all of us. And that's a good thing. And be sure to tell them WEEB asked you to come and take advantage and give them first crack at your spending dollars. We're our own economic solution if we'll just do that. And don't forget also that millions of Americans have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams and the LeaderMan, and Nick and Colt the dog will all see you at 2 o'clock this afternoon at the hot, steamy dog park.